Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Planet Zoo. There is no game plan for today. I may have accidentally caught COVID, along with the rest of my family, so we are just gonna play today safe. Just going through and doing really whatever comes to mind. And then at the end of the video, I'll sum up what we got done. Stay safe out there, y'all. And, yeah, I'll see you when it's all done. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been so long to record this episode that I have healed from COVID. It's been a full week of trying to get this thing done. And it doesn't feel like all that much happened. Like, it doesn't feel like we did much of anything. And yet, this took a week. So, anyway, don't get COVID, because it'll kick your butt. So let's talk about what we did. So, originally, last episode we had finished up all of this, done the rock work and all that, made it look good, and then all of this from here up to the edge here to the main walk thoroughfare, all of this was blank. So we extended the path, and we came and put a new enclosure down here. So now when you come out into the zoo, you know, you'll have your little food court over here, and you'll be able to look down and see these are going to be red-crowned cranes. I originally wanted blue herons, but they don't exist in this game. You have to mod them. And I did originally consider maybe doing a couple of different animals. Oh, you don't need to be there anymore. Originally I thought about doing a couple of animals, you know. Do we have room for Eurasian lynxes? No, not enough terrain. Do we have room for dogs? No, not enough terrain. So, since we're on sort of a flat, almost floodplain area, I decided to go ahead and turn this into sort of more marshland. Like, give it the feel of marshland, that this was a floodplain. Or maybe still is a floodplain. But it's one of those, like, 1,000-year ones. So, you know, they're not in any kind of risk at the moment. And so, you know, we've got the river going through it. It could potentially rise someday, but that's not going to be anytime soon. And then we'll put in, you know, some marsh, some trees, and make this the cranes, as mentioned before. This is sort of a cultural exchange area. So this will be one of our signs for the cranes. Here we've got, you know, some little pieces of information. We've got some more about the zoo. You can see that we're doing sort of an Asian theme through here. And my thinking was that because we have the Bintu Wrongs all the way up there. And then we also, you know, have the short-clawed otters that we're going to put here in lieu of North American otters, which again don't exist in this game, that we would turn this area into sort of a cultural exchange exhibit. You know, one of those like further learning things that the zoos do as like a program. We'll have this be that. So we've got some cherry trees, which grow real nicely in North America. We've got some cattails, which grow nicely, apparently, both here and in Asia somewhere. I don't have a particular country that I'm settling on. Again, we have got the binturongs up there. I think they're closer to, like, India and Nepal. We're going to have red-crowned cranes, which are Russia to China to Japan. And then we're going to have the otters, which are just all over the place, really. So we're not focusing on any one particular section of Asia, although we may narrow this down and say that, like, we're working with the Japanese embassy, or we're working with the Chinese embassy, or something like that, you know, as part of the storytelling. So, the pathway through here, you may have seen, if I edited it in editing, my sweet, darling furball decided to just turn off my computer halfway through the recording. So thankfully everything got saved. I was able to cancel out of it, but we ended up doing this rock work twice. We've also got this, you know, we've continued the meadow down. So it's, I don't know, I think it looks beautiful. I love all the new grasses that they've added in here. So coming back over to the bridge, we've got this hill over here. I'm still deciding what to add there. I might do Bactrian camels. I haven't decided. You know, that's not a commitment. We could also do doles. I think that would be really cute. There are a couple of considerations that we need to make, though, that lean me more towards camels rather than doles. The first is that coming up through here, and these I might have made too tall. Actually, we might need to shrink these down a little bit, which won't be too hard. I've got this rock work, which I intended to continue on from what we did over here. However, this rock work creates sort of a sightline breaker beyond what just this fence does, but it slopes. So, theoretically, an animal could get up here, and this could be like a little up-close showcase area. But it could also be sort of a blocker, you know. It could give this area a lot of space to build like a nest. So, shy animal versus tall animal, basically. You know, do we do a shy animal who's likely to come up here anyway and come say hi, who's got a nest down there, or do we do a tall animal that you can see? And then how do we lay out, you know, this enclosure? Because this hill is viewable right through here, and also back all the way over through here. You just get there real quick. See, you know, you start here, you can see up this way. You come over here, you can see up this way. So you can get nearly a 270-degree angle on this hill. So that's a consideration. And it's one that I don't know how to solve yet. Going back into Explore mode, we're going to come through here. I've included these right up until we get to the tree line, because it's really sort of already enough of a differentiator. So we've still got our little path here, which I completely forgot to put the fencing on. We'll get there. And then we've got this nice little area. I do have a tree that sort of blocks the enclosure entrance. We'll deal with all of that. This really was just, what can I get done? How quickly can I get it done? And the answer was not much and not fast. So, but we do have enough footage. I hate to put it in those terms, but that's really where we're at. So we did finally build the Cougars. You know, I've been saying that we were going to get to the Cougars and hinting at the Cougars. We finally did Cougars. We've got this little gallery down here so you can see into the lake. If I had some way to put fish in here, maybe I'll look on the workshop and see if I can get some like koi or something. And then have just like a nice little viewing area into this pond or lake. Continue sort of the marshland theme up through here. we've got these beautiful signs. These are the North African, which I've never gotten to use these before, but they look so good in this area. Like, you would think that the differences in the packs would make them incompatible, but no, it really works. And then you've got this, you've got the entrance staff area, which will make look nice, obviously. We'll have to do rock work up through here. And then you've got the actual enclosure, which is nice and shady. We've got these tarps over it, giving it more of a... Again, we're trying to bring that nature park back in, even though there are some extremely themed areas. And then this is the whole cougar viewing area. You know, they've got a lot of flat land. We'll add in some climbing rings through here. You know, they've got a water source down here. So once we get to the point where we're actually including animals into the enclosures, this is gonna go pretty wild real fast, I think. We've still got some guide markers through there that I think I can delete. That'll probably happen next episode. And then, you come back out through here and you've got the path that'll lead you towards the bottom half of the zoo. You've got your river going off towards the ocean. You've got this whole beautiful view of the zoo from here. You know, the flatness lends itself to this like stacking sightline that we've got, and I think it's really come out. I think it's really beautiful. So we'll probably go more Mexico through here. I think we've got California, we've got Utah, Arizona, we've got Florida Everglades, and I feel like Mexico was the next logical place to go with this. We've got the cougars over here, and then over this direction, I'm thinking about doing maybe some more exotics, you know, maybe some wild water buffalo down through here. You know, I'd love to do some more cats. You know, if we could get the Eurasian lynx in as sort of our bobcat stand-in. There's several animals, you know. We've got Arctic foxes that we gotta do, obviously. Let's off-tick this. Do North America. So we've got Arctic foxes, alligators. Those are Florida, but we'll probably include those, you know. Alligators through here, maybe. We did prairie dogs. We've got the California sea lions. 50-50 on the monkeys. I don't really like monkeys. Doll sheep would be great to include those. You know, back up towards the mountains through here, somewhere. I think that would be nice. Who else do we have? Oh, we got bears. Jaguar, again, really nice for the Mexican area. We've got our designated area for bears and moose, right? We've got our beavers. We're not doing polar bears. We've got longhorn antelope. Deer, you know, reindeer would be really nice if we could swing that. I have done the combination reindeer and doll sheep enclosure before. They don't gain any enrichment together, but their needs are so similar that as long as you balance your terrains right, you don't have any problems with them. And timber wolves. I'd love to do some timber wolves, get some dholes in here, because again, we don't have coyotes. So, yeah, I think that we've got a lot of room to expand. And so I think we're set up pretty well for the future. Oh yeah, and we need to get some Przewalskis, because, you know, it's an American zoo. The Przewalskis is Asian in this area, but their descendants became the wild mustangs of America, you know. So I would love to get some Przewalskis, some goats, some reindeer, some more cats and dogs. You know, a couple more showstoppers. And then, once we're all done doing the terrain and setting out our designated areas, we can start finally putting in our animals. So I think that we're doing really good. You know, we've made a lot of progress. We're into, what, episode 7 or 8 now, and we're about halfway done with the zoo, I think. So, I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Don't get COVID. You know, take care of yourselves. And I will see you next time.